We have the handshake from Twitch.
Okay.
We have the handshake from YouTube. We have the handshake from Facebook. Countdown starting.
On there, we're good to go.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mick's World. And today's topic is going to be me just taking your questions and comments yet again. First off, let's start out with a few promos, which hopefully works out. First promo is Joe D's comic books show is today. Hang on a second. Okay, there we are. It's not today. It's Sunday at the American Legion Post on Ward Road. If anybody wants to attend, it's $5 to get in the door, and half the money goes to Variety Club Telethon. There was a donation made this past Variety Club Telethon. Don't know how much was made, but we'll find out. I'll ask one day. Of course. Now we have to go through here. Don't mind me. I'm just making sure that my people get this, and we'll see what we got going. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I did the Joe D. There's Joe D's promo. And the next promo is for Nickel City Wrestling in Batavia Downs. At the Batavia Downs Casino. That will be on March 19th. I don't remember what time doors open. But hopefully somebody will tell me. Yay. And again, we haven't really gotten any matches yet, so I'm going to have to wait, and hopefully I can discuss those with Nick Russo when he comes on next week. I just want to make sure this gets taken care of. Let's see who else. Send that. Got going. Who else do we have? Yeah. Wait, no. Get this go. Anthony. Provolone. Okay, here we go. Click. Come on, you punk. Click W and Y. There we go. So everybody who I wanted to send things to should be getting them. And we'll do a quick close out of this. Blink. Okay, so like I said, Nickel City Wrestling has It Ain't Luck on March 19th. Hopefully we'll get some things going, and I'll get some matches. It's $5 to get in the door, and I'll get some matches for you guys when they come up, because nothing's been announced yet. We'll see what happens. Okay. Next thing is like I've been telling everybody, if you want to call in, the number is 400-0738. You can you can call in. We can discuss almost anything you like. I like you guys already know I don't really have it already went live, Ogre. Yeah, I'm already live, Ogre. I don't know why it's not popping up. Yeah, but I'm actually live. My show's up and running. Even if Ogre comes on, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Hello. How do I explain this? Hang on a second. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Like I said, the number is 716-400-0738. I'm open for comments, questions, and anything. I will respond to you as soon as I can see comments. Hopefully. Oh, well, yeah. So next thing we're going to discuss is upcoming conventions and my plans for the next few weeks. My plans are to attend Joe D's comic book thing on Sunday at... We got a call. Let's see if this is probably who I think it is, probably. Welcome to Mick's World, where the crazy meets the crazy. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Ogre, what's up?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Well, that didn't work. Oh, my God. They couldn't hear me. So, if that Ogre, if that was you, try calling back in a few seconds. We're working on getting things fixed for the settings. Okay, hopefully whoever called in, try giving me a call back. We just got the settings set up. Hey, Justin, was that you that tried calling in? Was that you that tried to call in, Justin? If it was, please try again. So, again, we're, like I said, the Nickel City Wrestling Show is March 19th at Batavia Downs. The Joe D's comic book show and sale. Hang on, here we go. Hello?
Hello, Mick. I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so that's just a test call. So that was good. Like I said, the Joe D's comic book show is what's today? The 10th, the 11th, the 12th. March 12th. We have different. There's going to be different vendors there. There's going to be comic books, toys, and if I'm correct, there's going to be a guy who presses comic books and can appraise them for you. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, I'm not seeing it on Think Twice. And you can try again, Ogre. Hang on a second. Okay, now let's try this, see if this works. Welcome to Mick's World.
Hey, this is Ogre from For the Love of Puppets.
Hey, Ogre, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thought I was getting spoiled with all the tech issues. I'm glad you caught up.
We had we had to change the number for the studio because the old one wasn't connecting. So
Oh, okay.
this number I made up, and we didn't get all the settings correct yet. So
That sounds about right.
So what's up with you, Ogre?
Oh, not much. I figured I'd sit around on Friday night and see what's going on in Mick's World. So since I wasn't seeing the cast, what's the topic tonight?
The topic is anything you want. Let's just put it this way. I don't have a person to come on, so we can talk about whatever you would like. And just remember that I don't stay on topic very long.
Okay. Well, I'll try to pick a topic you can stay on longer, even if your brain goes all over the place. I'll throw out a hypothetical for you. If you could keep any regional wrestling promotion running longer than it did, which one would you pick and why?
You mean regional, like like indies or the territories?
Either. I was thinking more territories, but if you want to go with an indie promotion, go for it.
Well, no. I would like to see the territories. I'll name at least 4 of the territories I would like to see keep that should have kept running. Mid-South Wrestling, Mid-South Wrestling, the one that Bullet Barb Armstrong ran, the old AWA and NWA old-fashioned and the old NWA.
Okay, which NWA region?
I'm talking about the NWA that we had before WCW switched over, not the NWA that got destroyed by ECW.
Okay, so you're talking more about like Jim Crockett Promotions right before it was bought out by Turner. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I would
that's a good.
I grew up watching Mid-South Wrestling, so.
Oh yeah, I enjoy my AWA, but yeah, I was wondering if when you say NWA, if you were going as far back as like St. Louis with Lou Thez.
I wouldn't mind watching some of that older wrestling. Hell,
it's a commitment. You have to be up for an hour-long match, though.
Yeah, but see, I think it was before I was born, my mom and my father went to a wrestling event, and I think it was the Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter or something like that. The Sheik cut somebody open and splattered blood onto my mom. And she puked all over a 4-star or a colonel. So Richard comes up with a question. Richard comes up with a question that will rattle the cages. What are my views on the WWE applying for a license to allow gambling on wrestling matches? Do you predict the people will place bets? My view on that is they've been trying to do that for like the last few months with DraftKings getting people to try to predict winners of matches. So they're just trying to get it licensed so people will do it. And I'm not exactly sure if people will be willing to bet on wrestling matches.
I wouldn't be. I love it, but knowing that you have people that are willing to change the outcome of a match just to screw with fans that they think they know what's happening would make me want to hang on to my own money. I would not want to actually put my money down and see it disappear. If Shane McMahon had been more successful in investing in like MMA or UFC back before Dana White took it over, that I might be willing to actually bet some money on, but not something where it's staged and someone has the alternative to flip the script at the last second.
Yeah, and Justin just came up with, I wouldn't bet because they can control who wins and the payouts.
Yeah.
My biggest thought is that this is another ploy for McMahon to try to make some money.
I think that's fair.
He's willing to sell the WWE. Rumor has it he sold it to the Saudis, but then that went south.
I don't see him being willing to give them that creative control.
Well, he wants to put it up for sale because he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Since Stephanie quit, Triple H and Shawn Michaels are technically running WWE as creative control. Shawn Michaels runs NXT. Triple H is handling, Raw, SmackDown, and his position. So things are going to happen. We'll see.
Oh, they'll probably happen, and I figure eventually he'll get old enough that he'll give up creative control. But Vince is an entertainment programmer, and something tells me I just find it harder to believe that he'd be willing to sell to someone that would restrict the entertainment content as much, and would probably go with someone with a little bit more vision if he's selling it.
There's a lot of rumors rolling around that the Khans are going to buy it.
I'd be curious to see that, but I don't think I want that much unity in wrestling. I'd rather see it spread out between different owners.
We want to see Ogre Russell. That came from Justin.
The most monotone promo ever. Yeah. Seconded by Lance Storm.
Yeah, the best part is honestly the best thing that WWE did was start bringing back the people that Vince fired, and he brought back Bray Wyatt, and I don't know what they've got running with Bray Wyatt, but it's interesting. I watched the last WWE pay-per-view that I sat through and I watched was the one where he had the pitch black match with Eli Drake. Let's put it that way. I don't know what they want to call him.
Yeah, the one at the Rumble.
Yeah, and that was actually a good match. That was a good thing. The Rumble was really good, except I didn't expect Rhea Ripley to go bell to bell. I was expecting somebody else to go bell to bell. And it's like another one. Here's another one perfectly that was out of the blue and nobody really realized it. Cody Rhodes taking the win.
Oh, that was one where I heard enough rumors that he might be returning ahead of time that I figured if he was returning, he'd probably win it.
Yeah, but you got to figure he fought hang on. My brain isn't working right now.
That's okay. I to be honest, my brain is blanked on what the match is worth at pay-per-view at this point.
No, I'm talking about the I think it was Hell in a Cell. He fought with Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell with that blown out arm, technically, as I call it, just a blown out arm. And I was surprised that he made it that match. I'm surprised that, you know what? I'm going to jump off of that for a second. You want to know what the stupidest gimmick running right now is? In my opinion, what the stupidest gimmick running is? Dominic Mysterio saying that he's a hard time criminal, whatever. That he spent time in jail. He spent a day in freaking county lockup, not like a federal penitentiary.
Yeah, that's a kind of a hard gimmick to buy, especially when they try playing it off seriously. It's not like you're saying you're from the mean streets of Greenwich and trying to laugh it off.
Yeah. Which made it makes it even more interesting is that I'm waiting to find out. I know technically we have a storyline like we had with Undertaker and Kane. Starting out.
Okay.
Talking, it's like Rey Mysterio won't fight Dominic, but sooner or later they're going to meet up and they're going to have to fight. I did read something, Justin, that Vicky Guerrero said that Dominic can use that. That Dominic can emulate or whatever the word is, that he can emulate Eddie. Honestly, I don't like the way it's set up. I would rather see it. Oh, and there was another thing I wish that would have stayed around. To get back to your earlier question.
What's that?
Lucha Underground.
That was an interesting promotion.
They could have made that. They could have, they could take that and put it on mainstream TV or something, and not have it on what it was on. It would be awesome.
Yeah, that was a really high production value. I like that from the bits I saw, and I don't really like Lucha.
Because I watched almost all the seasons.
Okay.
Well, I watched all the seasons up until it died. You had a lot of the Lucha Underground people are in WWE. Let's be honest, they are. You got Damian Priest. Damian Priest is in there. I can't think of his name.
Ricochet was in there for a while.
Ricochet was Prince Puma. Damian Priest was the masked Texan dude. There was a lot of them in there that were actually really good. But I liked.
Yeah.
And then you have Vampiro was the commentator for them, and they made a storyline out of him and the Lucha Brothers, the one guy from the Lucha Brothers. Both the Lucha Brothers were in Lucha Underground. Ray Phoenix and Pentagon, or whatever they want to call him now.
Yeah.
Johnny Mundo, yeah, he was. John Morrison was in there for a while. Alberto Dorito.
I like that name. Keep it. Just run with it.
Alberto Del Rio was in there for a little bit. Jack Swagger was in there for a little bit. A lot of the women wrestlers that you see, like Mia Yim, I think was in there for a little bit. The only thing that really about that show that really twisted it up was the one guy they had in there, Marty the Moth. He just, every time he came on, he just ruined whatever was going on during that time period.
Well, that's true, but every production has one of those guys.
Yeah, we had it's just, you're sitting there, you're trying to enjoy a show, and then you get some stalker moron that comes on there and does really retarded stuff with the ring announcer. Which reminds me, Justin, here's one for you. The Guerrero daughter, what's her name? Because I know she comes... Shaw Guerrero. There it is. There's my brain. Yes. My brain finally clicked. It was Shaw Guerrero used to ring announce for them for a while, too.
Okay, I did not know.
Then, all of a sudden, she left, and some other woman took over as ring announcer. And then, also, you're looking at... Wow, we got, the new WoW, which was televised on TV for a while, but then it just... phantomed off when the one season ended. Now we've got AJ Lee doing commentary for it. They've sent some stars to Impact, WWE, and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you're going to pick a production to keep around, that's an answer I would not have expected quite so much. But they did have a lot of potential and a very underrated production aspect.
Yeah, they technically worked out of an ice house, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, and a lot of wrestling places used to work out of warehouses and things like that. So it's nice to see some of that stuff still in place.
Yeah, I caught the the WWF show where they were in Philadelphia and the ECW guys were screwing around with the one during one of the matches. That was the best part. It was that show should have been.
You're talking about in like 97, 98, or
I think so. I can't remember what show I was watching. It was one of the pay-per-views where I think it was Triple H and somebody else, and Sandman spit beer at Triple H.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that would have been right around that time. And I think Tommy Dreamer and Raven were off on the side or something like that.
Yeah. Hell, I went to a wrestling event in Niagara Falls a few years back where Raven was there, one of the Bushwhackers were there, and some other people were there. Technically, it was Bruce the Barber Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Raven, and one of the Bushwhackers. I can't remember who else was there for. I think somebody else was there too. But that was really cool because I was sitting down and Raven was beating the living crap out of somebody right next to me while I was shooting pictures.
Nice. That's a lot of my youth right there, all in one.
You know, and here's another thing. When I go to the conventions I go to, like Nickel City, I don't count Nickel City because I have to pay freaking arm and a leg to get in. But like,
okay.
we'll say Nickel City Comic Con, and the other one that's in used to be in Rochester but moved to Greece, Flower City Comic Con, and they have the wrestlers come in. I've spoken to different wrestlers. You know, I got lucky. Yeah, Justin, we know you're going to see Sting and paying an arm and a leg probably get his autograph. But getting back to where I was,
he's not too bad. He's like 60, I think.
Yeah, but getting back to where I was going, I've had a chance to meet a lot of wrestlers with Nickel City Wrestling, at these conventions, and the story I always tell, and I don't think people believe me, is I was at Flower City Comic Con going back to my hotel room in the Hyatt Regency, and I got on the elevator, and Jake the Snake Roberts got on the elevator with me and like 3 other people, and I didn't want to fanboy out or say anything, so I kept my mouth shut until he got off the elevator. And I looked at the guys and I go, "Do you know who that was?" And they're like, "No." I said, "That's Jake the Snake Roberts."
I mean, I'll believe that. He was at Flower City one year.
Yeah, he was at Flower City Comic Con. He was at I know Piper's daughter, Teal Piper's coming to Nickel City Wrestling, this upcoming show.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. When's that one?
That's going to be not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Out in Batavia, at Batavia Downs.
I might have to check that one out.
Tickets are, I think, $35 or $40 ringside, and I think $30 or $35 for general admission. But the nice part about it is that we take a half hour, intermission, or sometimes it's shorter, and the wrestlers will come out. They'll sign autographs. They'll take pictures with you. They'll do different things, and usually, I don't know if Shadow's planning on doing this. He'll try to get in-ring pictures with the celebrity that's showing up, or the big name that's coming up or something. I don't know how he's got that planned, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've been to one before. That's a good time.
You know, our shows aren't really that bad. And
No.
our shows, like, if you, I will tell people, and I'm being honest, I'm not biased either way, but I would rather go to a Nickel City Wrestling show than go pay $40, $50 for a ticket in the nosebleeds of the arena to go watch WCW or WWE or something like that.
Yeah, especially now that some of the WWE, like if you go to a Raw or a SmackDown, feels like it's a television taping rather than an actual wrestling event.
What is current hunting season? There is not a hunting season going right now, Richard.
People season.
Yeah, I know it's people season. The actually small game ended at the end of February. We're into nothing until next September is when small game reopens. And then we'll have small game. We'll go into archery. Archery swings into shotgun. And then we have another archery and black powder mixed in there somewhere. They're trying to talk about getting a crossbow season too, so we'll see how that works out. But I'm happy because my license only cost me like $15 or $20.
That's not bad at all.
And you figure I get hunting, fishing, black powder, trapping, and archery. And I only you got to figure I'm a disabled vet, so I'm above 40%. So my license is only like $5, and then you add on my deer tags, which brings it up to 15, either 15 or 20. I can't remember what I paid this year. It's not
So
bad.
how many of those do you actually participate in?
I can hunt, I can do bow, I can do trapping, I can do black powder, I can do all of it.
Okay.
I just don't get out there as much as I want to because my hunting partner right now lives in the hunting partner I normally have lives in used to live in Bergen, New York, so we have to go get swamp permits to go into the Bergen swamp to hunt. And he said this season really sucked because there wasn't that many deer out, and there was a lot of coyotes, so the deer population in the swamp was technically almost nothing because nobody saw any deer, nobody took any deer from there really that much. Hell, I didn't even really see much roadkill this year in my travels.
Yeah, that's true. That made the road trips much more disappointing.
But here is the New York State policy on roadkill. If you're like, say you're driving and you hit a deer, and you want to keep that deer, you call the state, local, or county cops. They come out, they write you a tag. It goes on your license plate. It doesn't go against your license or anything. They just use your license plate for record keeping. And then they give you that tag. You can take the deer. As long as that tag is on that deer, that tag has to stay with that meat, with that deer meat until all the deer meat is gone.
Yeah, my parents ended up having to do that at one point because a deer got overly ambitious and decided to jump in front of the car.
I literally saw a buck decide to go head down versus a Ford truck one time. Try to do a standoff with the Ford truck. When I was traveling back from the Navy to home one time via the Greyhound bus, we were side to side with a semi, and all you heard was whack. When we pulled into the next station, actually, no, it doesn't, Justin. Depends on how bad they hit the deer and how long it's been sitting there. It does not ruin the meat. If they hit the deer in the head and kill it, it does not rupture the bladder and does not ruin the meat. You can take a deer, like say for example you were driving and you hit a deer, or you saw one on the roadside. With the weather we have right now, you walk up to it, you stick your arm in its armpit, you push its arm down, if it's still a little bit warm or if it's freezing cold, you're good to go. Because anything under 40, I think it's 40 degrees, or if the nights have been below freezing, you're good to go. I can tell you right now, I've picked up several roadkill deer over a few years, and the only bad part is I had to make sure that I cleaned out some of the out of the one leg. I had to make sure I got all the bone that was smashed in there out. So,
yeah, I don't see Justin's issue though. I mean, even if the meat's been there a little while, you just toss some hot sauce on it.
Here's the problem that people think, or here's the problem with some people hit a deer broadside. Let's be honest,
Okay.
They hit them like right in the middle between their legs. You hit them there, you're gonna probably you're probably gonna bust their bladder, and it's gonna contaminate the meat. You're gonna either bust their bladder or you're gonna bust something else, and your meat will get contaminated. But normally, if you find a deer that's been hit in the head or in the leg, it's probably died from broken leg or a broken neck. Yes, I do. I have a cookbook sitting at home with recipes for a raccoon, possum, and everything else. I've had rabbit, I've had squirrel, I've had elk, antelope, and a few other animals that really you don't want to discuss on TV. You forget I was in the Navy. I traveled to foreign countries. Come on.
Yeah, those are always the fun stories to hear.
I've had frog legs too, yes. They taste like chicken. There used to be a place in the southern tier that sold frog legs. They literally just batter them and deep fry them.
So how much of those are the legs and how much of those are the feet?
It's actually all leg. You'll see the foot, but then you'll see the rest of it from like. Actually, Justin, I got something to tell you on that one. As the USDA actually, yes, my replacement knee is healing. The USDA does certify cat meat and dog meat as human consumption. Cat meat is only good for meatballs or stir fry. Dog meat, I'm not even gonna go in there. I'm probably gonna go home and my German Shepherds are gonna tell me what for when she hears this conversation.
I wouldn't be surprised if I've had some stir fry, but nobody's actually pointed it out to me at the time.
Actually, honestly, if I saw a thing on TV, the USDA does approve those two meats for consumption. Hell, my dogs sit there when I do a deer. My dogs get freaking jerky. Sometimes they get ribs. Sometimes they get part of my steaks, or I'll make some scrap up. Like if I get some scrap pieces that I haven't ground up for burger, I'll cook them up and I'll feed it to the dogs. And yes, I do my own butchering in my own garage. What's the weirdest animal I've ever eaten? That would have to be the ostrich and when I was down in Australia area.
That's tasty though.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's a weird animal.
Yeah, it's interesting when you watch, like, I watch a lot of Iron Chef America, and the one episode they had of that, they had to cook ostrich eggs. Hell, I've even had alligator.
Oh, alligator's tasty.
Yeah, and kangaroo, because technically there's a I don't know if it's still in the mall or not, but if you go to the Fashion Outlet Mall, there's a jerky store there that sells all that.
That was there the last time I was there.
There, it sells all different types of jerky in that, and I'm gonna make a joke out of this for a second, but it's also serious. Everybody knows what PETA is. Let's be honest. That's prevention for no, I haven't had giraffe yet or elephant. But everybody knows that what PETA what PETA stands for, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. But it actually really stands for People Eating Tasty Animals. I have a T-shirt somewhere in my bedroom, unless my roommate's brother stole it, that says, what is the grossest animal you ever ate? Octopus. I have a T-shirt in my bedroom that says that I don't shoot innocent animals. I only shoot the guilty looking ones, and also that every animal has its place, right? Or I can't remember the exact saying, but it's like there's always a space for animals right next to the mashed potatoes and gravy.
No, it goes under the gravy.
Yeah. Hell, I've had lasagna with like deer meat, hamburger, sausage, and something else, and steak actually put in it. And I'll tell you right now, the person who made it in one of those those electric roasting pans.
Yeah.
They made it in that, and they made it like five or six layers thick. What really sucked is we came back from fishing, and then I got a piece and warmed it up, and right then we had to go to fire training.
Oh,
so I was sitting in the car eating my. What is the rarest animal I ever dispatched? I've never had a chance to hunt a rare animal, but I will tell you that in a hunter's mind, shooting a white deer will end your luck of ever seeing a deer again. The hunt that I would love to do is to be able to hunt bear. I'd like to be able to get a chance to go hunting for bear. Which reminds me, I knew somebody who told me you could dispatch a bear with a 22.
I know the rare animal you need to go hunting.
What?
I want a photo op of this as well. I want you to dress a pit bull up in a leather jacket and some sunglasses and go hunting Spuds McKenzie.
I would love that. Actually, speaking of photo opportunities, my psychiatrist actually gave me an assignment one time to see if I would be able to pull it off. He wanted a picture of an owl in the wilderness, or just go get a picture of an owl that I've taken in nature. Hell, I've got pictures on my Facebook of a fox that got clipped by a car, of deer, of a red-tailed hawk from nobody knows where this is, but Pine Woods Park. It was up in the trees in Pine Woods Park, and on the ground there was one. The fox was on my street. He got clipped by a car trying to cross the street. And I can say that poor fox did get picked up by animal control, or not animal control, a trapper, and taken to be rehabilitated, and he did rehabilitate and was released back into the wild.
Well, that's good at least.
I will tell you, sitting in the woods, and this is a true story. Sitting in the woods, when I hunt the birds and swamps, I sit under a tree with my back up against the tree, and I always get a blue jay sitting over my head, squawking alarm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, I haven't hunted an Anthony Provolone, but some of the costumes he's going to kill me. He's going to kill you, Justin. I'm telling you, he's going to kill you.
I don't think he's going to kill you. He was calling me a minute ago, so I don't think he's listening to your show.
So has he updated you on how his leg is doing?
I haven't heard the news, but I'm sure I'll hear it.
I spoke to him about a week or two ago. He said that he might have blown out his knees. Oh my God, Anthony's listening. We're screwed.
Okay, all right. Well, I heard a couple of days ago, but I haven't heard anything new. So maybe he should call in and give us the most recent update.
There's Justin going. He's watching, lol. Now, you got to remember, Tony, that Justin was doing all this picking on you. I haven't said anything nasty about you yet. But give me a little bit. I might get going here. Yes, that's Ogre on the phone with me.
Yes, I'll call you back once Mick's show's over.
You should hunt a rat or deer or alabaster or meatball. Who's meatball?
Meatball's the brain surgeon.
I see his comment, Justin's. Oh, Meatball's the brain surgeon. I know who Alabaster is. He's the alien from Uranus.
Yeah, I
You're
would
studying
support hunting
proctology.
Alabaster. Yeah. I say hunt him.
I won't hunt the deer. He's always drunk, so I don't do any drinking. I don't want my meat.
Well, plus I hear that's a dog, and you already said you don't want the dog.
Yeah. But I'm down to like the last 13 minutes of my show, so I'm going to...
All right. I'll let you get going, but enjoy the rest of your show.
I'll try.
All right.
Talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, so that's... So, Tony, how's the leg? I know my knee's shot. Well, not shot, but it still hurts. I've been back for, I think this is my third show since my knee surgery. Yeah, my pets are already spayed and neutered. Well, you gotta be you gotta. There's a problem when you go for an MRI, or when you go see your doctor. If he's got a chainsaw sitting on his table, you're screwed. I'll be blunt and honest with you. If you walk in and see your orthopedic surgeon or see your orthopedic doctor, and he's got a chainsaw sitting next to him, your MRI turned out like crap. So technically, as things go on, move on throughout the things are gonna. That's gonna be a lot of counseling and a lot of things you got to do for that, Justin. They'll make you go to a counseling. They'll make you try to diet for a couple months to see if you can actually. Yes, I am cracking jokes. Hell, at least you don't get to walk into the VA hospital and have the nurse that you know very well ask you if they let you bring home any parts of your knee that they cut out. Or have your physical therapist walk up to you and go, "Hey, guess what? I know you're being serious, but I'm being serious with you when I say they're gonna send you. Lets me find some peace from pain. That's because you're not moving your knee. Honestly, that's because you're not moving your knee. But you're gonna have to go through physical therapy and get it and start working on that, moving it, or you're gonna be in a lot of pain. Honestly, because believe me, I've done that. Hell, I walked my last follow-up appointment with the orthopedic surgeon. I walked in, the nurse said, You're moving really well. And I said, yeah, I'm moving better than my orthopedic surgeon. Did they give you one of those braces that are hinged so that you could walk and your knee will bend with it? Or did they just give you a straight up immobilizer brace? I know you got the immobilizer, but the other brace that they gave you, my quad to my knee might have torn. Ooh. Crap, that's going to hurt. You bought the hinge. Yeah, the hinge is going to cause some problems, because if it's not stabilizing the knee, I would honestly tell you to take some ibuprofen and relax it, do some heat, and wait and see what the MRI says. The hinged locks, oh my God. Yeah, that's not good. And Tony had a incident where he might have torn the quad on his knee. We're gonna leave it at that. He pulled a Triple H and he could have blown the quad to his. He could have blew the quad on his kneecap. Because we all know what happened to Triple H when he blew his quad. But I'm down to like the last 5, 6. It keeps it locked. It keeps it locked in a straight position. So, guys, I'm going to cut this because I'm down to like the last 8 minutes of my show. So, of course, we're going to do the ever famous be safe, be strong, and be careful out on those streets tonight, guys. And I will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully, I will have Nick Russo on, and we will be talking about the show on Sunday. That Sunday. The following week, hopefully, I'm going to have a guest, and then I'm going to be doing my split show with Kat Martinez. So, talk to you guys later. See ya. Be strong, and see ya.